Let us see here. Tomikus spawns in the top position as the orange Zerg player playing for team DK, which stands for Jerava Kapsa, which in translation means trouser pocket with a hole. You're not gonna keep very much money in that. MilkDealer playing for team ESC Icy Box, spawning as the pink Zerg. And both players lucky enough to send their overlords in the correct direction of their opponent. Now Tomikus, he does hate ZVZ, and as a result he tends to cheese a lot in ZVZs. A lot of speedling all-ins, a lot of BelleNOiR Roach 2-base play, and stuff like that. So no doubt, having met him multiple times, MilkDealer is well aware of Tomikus' tendencies of how to play this matchup. They did see each other's overlords, immediately going to be checking for the natural expansions. There we go, there's the waypoint for MilkDealer, and here we have the waypoint for Tomikus. Spawning pool going down for MilkDealer, and interestingly enough, Tomikus opts to go for a 16 hatch. So MilkDealer playing slightly safer, since he has no scouting information so far. Getting a using a 14-16 opening, maybe 14-16-16 if he gets a gas afterwards. Tomikus being greedy here, gets a hatch followed by a gas, and then opts to go for a spawning pool. Of course, going by the timing of this hatchery, he knows what opening his opponent chose, or has chosen. Nice overlord positioning from both players, trying to keep track of the most obvious and most direct path from the opponent's base. And Tomikus probably going to go for that speedling flood. I can already sense it in my bones. I feel it in my fingers. Yes. So, I think what he's going to do, he's going to pull drones off gas once he has 100. Then he's going to research link speed, and once that is 60% done, which is the second larva inject with this opening, he'll just use all of his larva to produce speedlings. That's my guess, at least. There's the 100 gas. Pulls drones off, but leaves one in, so maybe he does not want to go 100% all in versus this guy. MilkDealer going to try and scout with a couple of lings. Nice micro battle going on here. Tomikus having only 2 lings, has to use the drones as well. Drones with ling support are not actually too bad versus lings of your opponent, if you didn't know. And now with the queen out, it's going to chase the rest of them away. Both players lost 2 lings each, so not one of them taking an advantage, a huge advantage over their opponent. MilkDealer is slightly ahead in drones, and Tomikus goes for a baneling nest rather quickly. He does have the speed ticking away. Not too much ahead of his opponent in this department, so MilkDealer putting down the defensive baneling nest himself. And here we go. Here we go. As I said, just before the speed finishes, Tomikus, he's going to go for it. He's going to go for the speedling, baneling, all in, I think. Still mining gas. This is a lot of speedling. Maybe he'll wait for one more larva inject before he goes. I think he should be going now. Let's take a look at the unit counts. 19 Zerglings for Tomikus versus 4 speedlings for his opponent. He's been droning heavily this entire time, so if he holds and does not take too much of a loss in terms of drones, he should be fine. 2 emergency banelings, a spine crawler to wall this off, but a little bit too late. He'll have to block the ramp with his queens. Barely gets it. Going to evacuate all the drones. No! Not going to evacuate, going to try and hold position them on the ramp because the queens are falling. And here come the banelings from Tomikus. Queens have fallen, the drones are still trying to hold the line, but as the banelings approach, they make a run for it. Tomikus, well, he has to micro right now a little bit, and oh, that was a mistake, losing that one baneling, and Tomikus, 2 banelings of his own. He does exchange them for the baneling of his opponent. Still 1 remaining, gets rid of that one, and he can run into the main if he wants to. More reinforcements are coming in, but it looks like MilkDealer may very well stabilize. That Spinecrawler helping out a ton. Oh, but that was a huge mistake! Insta GG from MilkDealer after having lost 16 drones, and he knows that this game is over. Oh man, anything can happen in the world of StarCraft. I was so sure that MilkDealer would hold, but I think he was a little bit too impatient and transferred the drones back to the natural base a little bit too soon. Unfortunately for him, Tomikus' banelings were waiting for just that opportunity, and with a huge blast, they erased MilkDealer's chances of advancing in today's tournament very thoroughly. That hit! Oh my god, guys, that hit! That was epic! Let's take a look how Neta is doing, because there was a request for his game. So, Neta, where are you, Neta? He is up against Eric, whoever that is. Neta, where are you? For some reason I cannot add this guy on my friend list. That's very weird. Oh, here we have Neta. Can I cast your next Go for SC2 game, please? People on the stream, your fans are mad for your skills. Not kidding, parenthesis. So, request has been made. What is my account? I think it's in the stream description. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, yeah, there's a link to the Starcraft group. So if you copy-paste the link into your browser while you have Starcraft open, and then hit enter, it should connect you to my in-game chat group. Mostly you can find me there. I have it open most of the time. So if you want to add me as a friend, you can do so. So Neta, waiting for a game here, probably already has contacted his opponents. I don't know who this Eric guy is, but he's from Brazil, so he'll have a slight disadvantage versus Neta because of the delay. But beating Complain, you know, that's a pretty huge deal. I mean, I don't know who Neta is, to be honest, but Complain is really good. I've seen him in a couple of SC2 improve competitions, so we could be looking for a nice game. Okay, Neta is in game lobby. I'm messaging him again just to be sure he does not forget the invite. And if that fails, we'll probably be continuing with Tomikus because we know that he's gonna be getting another game shortly. once Snovsky actually finishes his. Snovsky versus Tomikus, that could be a good match. I'd love to see that one. So who do we still have in play? We have Tawali from USA, no guard. I think this is the Romanian flag. I'm not too sure. Then we have Nete, Eric, Hasi, Raynor, Snovsky, MilkDealer is knocked out, so Tomikus remains. EXE, Easyru, Revolution, and CPU. So far, at least. Well, I am not getting the invite, so maybe Nete not reading not reading the chat, I think. Maybe he's playing, maybe he's not, I cannot tell at this point. As I have no idea. So good to have people in the chat that actually have these players on Skype. Well, okay, even if we don't get Nete, chances are that we will maybe see him in the finals today, so we should get at least a couple of good oh, we have the invite. We have the invite. Okay, Nete versus OLK. So we are OLK versus Nete coming up. That's going to be a TVZ. Nete playing Terran versus the Zerg player Olk. Very strange name. A very strange name. Okay, but very, very, very mannered. I can see that already just from the lobby conversation, that, you know, the way he behaved and stuff. So let's jump into the game. Spawning in the top location on Catallena, or Catallena as I prefer to call it, is the red Zerg player who goes by the name of Olk. Kind of sounds like Hulk. Olk, smash! Yeah, that sounds good. And his opponent is going to be from EC Visualize, a Korean player. Net, the yellow Terran player. Once again, the Zerg players seem to be very lucky with their overlord scouting patterns, as this one is also going to going in the correct direction to find out what the opponent is up to very quickly. Nete probably going to build a barracks now. And I am expecting a gas opener on this map. Very useful. There is the refinery. Pretty much almost all of the Terran openings in TVZ are centered around Reaper openings. I mean, why not? It's a fast unit, it can jump cliffs, and it can get you nice scouting. Of course, what is going to be important for Olk to find out potentially, is whether or not Neta is going to be going for 1 Reaper, 2 Reapers, or even 3 Reapers. As you know, 3 Reapers, they can prove to be quite a bit of a nuisance for Zerg players, as they do 2-shot drones, and nobody in the world, except maybe the top players, are fast enough to, you know, dodge drones when it only takes 2 very quick shots to kill them. So, Terran player has scouted the opening. Nothing out of the ordinary so far. Man, Koreans are so mannered. I love Koreans. Do you see this guy?